Welcome back to Yildiz Readings 5D. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax. All the information for bookings is at the end of this video. Divine Feminine, we're here to do your update for this week to see how this energy is traveling. Yes, we do have weekly updates, so come join us if you are a twin flame. Now, I'm seeing through the cards at the moment, and especially because we're moving to that full moon in Leo, it is an activation of the heart chakra. Now, some of you can be, how could we put it? Some of you can be feeling slightly triggered, but the energy should start to dissipate. And I do see that this full moon can actually turn out to be quite a positive thing, providing we can stay in alignment. My guides are showing me at the minute there can be a circumstance playing out around you. Now, this can be playing out on your side or divine masculines, and this read is going to have an extension. So if you do want to join the Members Hub, the link is on the main page or directly below this video. Now, what I'm seeing is that there could be some sense of confusion, and I do feel as though if you can actually rise above the situation, depending on where you're at in the journey. I'm seeing that some of you are, feeling okay, I'm fancy free, you're getting your vibe back, you're trying to ascend above a situation, but there might have been some shadow work that you had to do, and I feel if you have taken on the first part, which is, moving into that alignment and feeling quite grounded and just really detaching from the situation, but feeling quite fluid, you're more than likely going to have quite a good outcome. And I do feel regardless, both parties here are going to get the good outcome, no matter what you fall in the matrix of your ascension path. But I feel ultimately some are going to kind of go into that quite smoothly. Others are going to have a bit of a bumpy ride. It's asking you to make a bold move. It's asking you to be bold and vivacious. It's asking you to have faith and confidence in yourself. And it's also showing that there could be some jealousy. Now, the jealousy could be that you're confused. It can be that you're wanting that to come through. It can be that you're wanting some, extreme declaration of love. But I do feel it's almost like the behavior. This is what I'm thinking. It's almost like some of you could feel a little bit confused by the behavior of divine masculine. I feel you're kind of wondering where that innocence was, where that gentle, humble energy was. And some of you can really be quite nostalgic about that at the moment, quite thinking back to maybe a lighter time of life where things were very friendly, very cohesive. Some of you at the moment can be really guarding your heart. Others of you are really getting to a place where you're really valuing yourself a whole lot. And we do need to be careful with this full moon in Leo. It's a full moon, so it can be purgatory. But for many of us, it can be from that new moon in Aquarius, moving to this kind of portal, that we are getting to this space that we're going to be more open. And, I do remember through my twin flame journey, whenever I had the heart chakra activation, especially from a purgatory experience, I remember saying to myself, oh my gosh, if it goes any bigger, it's going to blow up. But it continued to grow and it continued to extend. And definitely it will bring about more empathy, both towards yourself and towards the direct situation. So we do need to be a little bit careful. We are coming out of shadow phase of Mercury retrograde and the Venus effect. Venus is still in the house of Capricorn, so it can still be extremely traditional. I do sense at the moment, it's almost like, it can be going to extremes. 1 minute feeling quite vivacious, quite bold and out there, dipping back down again, feeling maybe threatened and a little bit triggered. But the mindset, it's almost like for some of you, it could be that the mindset is you're going to show the world who you are. This could be very, and, I have been here myself, so I'm going to show it, who I really am. I'm going to, try and get to my greatest pinnacle point. Some of you can also be moving into fitness, this week, moving into next week. There is a potential that we can be really kicking bad habits, looking at our health, looking at nutrition, looking at what is good and bad for us, and maybe trying to change that, wanting to get that sassy back, so to speak. I feel that nothing that is truly yours can ever be taken, but I do feel the guidance on a foundation sense is some of you can be going to extremes. So the extreme can be, well, you're going to regret the day you lost me, like I said, we've all been there. The other extremity can be that this person, you're actually realizing this person's behavior is actually maybe having an extreme reaction towards you, and that they're fearing that maybe you are, you know, pushing them back. So it can be coming through in two ways. That's what my guides are showing me. The other thing is, at a foundational level, we do need to be careful. You know, any communication is a new opportunity. Any movement is a new opportunity. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I do see it's like, you know, you're needing to get the innocence back within yourself, but it's also, you know, realizing where we can change that communication sense when the communication comes in, that we can have that fresh new beginning. Some of you are thinking, hey, you need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Maybe I should just be single. Maybe I should be fancy free. You're trying to rise above the situation to understand all angles. And I do get this notion that you may be inclined to say, hey, I'm just going to call this situation out. For some of you, that can apply because it's asking you to make a bold decision. For some of you, it may be that a circumstance is coming towards you that is going to require you to make a bold decision. So I feel you're making healthy choices, both for your diet, your nutrition. I feel some of you could have been feeling as though you needed to protect yourself, maybe feeling that these uncertainties and insecurities had been coming up. But also, you know, the fear is that you don't want to run into anything toxic, but at the same time, you're kind of preempting what these things can be. Some of you, it could be that there's, you know, the thought process surrounding the scenario ship is like, am I doing the right thing here? Do I need to let go of this? But I do feel it's going to extreme, so we do need to calm it. You know, at the moment, Venus in the house of Capricorn, Mercury in the house of Capricorn, it kind of comes through very, very Pluto. Very all or nothing, and we are letting go, but it doesn't have to be so much. It can be a thought process. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's the emotions associated with it. We usually can manifest on the highest of octane when we shift perspectives that we hold very rigidly in our mind, and that's not that we're bad. It's that we're trying to understand them. For some of you, it's like this rebirth, and this rebirth does feel uncomfortable. I feel as you move forward, I do feel this person's coming back, but, you know, it's almost like your guides are showing me what you need right now is to have a king or an emperor, right? What you've got coming is a king moving to an emperor, but you definitely feel as though you can't move backwards. The thing is, when we're at a lower vibration and we are triggered, we can accidentally attract this, but the behavior will match. Once we shift through that portal, what you're directly attracting is when you're moving into detachment, recovering, you're actually receiving, you know, a king. So it is going to be a heart-centered energy. This is what's in the mix mentally. This is at a foundation level what you are requiring. Some of you from a fair-based frequency could be feeling this is unattainable. Yeah, it's asking you to surrender and see the possibility. It's like, you know, there are emotions we're letting go of. It's our psychology we're letting go of. It's not the physical energy. It's the thought. But thoughts can create our reality. Something relating to the past, there is going to be a conclusion. For some of you, you're kind of feeling, gee, you know, I need to hurry up and make my mind up. I need to make a decision. Now, that can be, if it's affecting a direct circumstance in your life, separately to love, yes, obviously there's a rush. But I feel for some of you, it's just this pressure that you're putting on yourself. Gosh, I should have come to terms with this right now. They should have worked out what they wanted. I feel, in a sense, what we need to understand, and coming into that heart space, because I've pulled the clarifiers and it's saying there is growth here. This is going to be growth, but we need to be cautious psychologically of not blowing that nightmare or that dream out of proportion with Pisces here. I feel it's asking for balance. I feel it's asking that, you know, to understand, to build dreams, to build whatever you're doing, to achieve some of the things you're wanting to do, separate and jointly to this connection. Is that Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's never going to get built if we don't take the first step. And the first step, I'm not feeling in a sense, it's like, hey, go out and call them. For some of you, that may apply. On this occasion, I directly feel it's to do with actually acknowledging the fact that every step in the road is a step. I feel some of you are feeling as though you're not even close to achieving some of these things. You You may feel there's a bit of a setback. 1 step forward, 20 steps back. Masculines also could be quite tired this week. But you're wondering in the mix of it, and I think you're owning too much of, how do I put it? Some of you could be owning too much of how to solve that situation. It takes two to tango. So if something is within your control, yes, look at it. But if the other point is, okay, when this person comes in towards me, or currently with my divine masculine, you know, where it is in the mix of what you're trying to achieve, understand it takes two energies, and try not, you know, if you're moving into that masculine energy within the connection or within the thought of it, move back into the emotion and say, I have faith in this connection that they can do what they need to do. I think some of you are feeling this person hasn't learned, and it is a process, but even by our reactions, we can actually help teach these energies. I'm hearing the song, I Can't Remember to Forget You, and I think it's Rihanna and Shakira. And I think it's almost like, again, I am sensing that there's this critical frequency coming through with Divine Feminine, that you just want to be sane. You just want to have the dream. You just want to have those things. And, you know, it's perfectly normal to feel down. It's perfectly normal to feel that you miss this individual. Try not to be critical on your process. Full moons can be purges. For some of you, you will not purge at all. For some of you, you're going to have this higher octane energy that is coming through, and it's very purposeful moving forward. I feel some of you are being very realistic. Maybe some of you do know what the context of the circumstances are surrounding the connection with your counterpart. So you are looking at things very practically. I do feel some of you can get some information about this and where it stands, and I feel it's this week. I feel it's asking you for this new beginning. Yes, make healthy choices. But you're being realistic. You're being very realistic. You know that this new beginning's coming. You don't want to feel ignorant. For some of you, you feel you're too kind and giving, and so we do move into that divine masculine energy. But I feel we've got to be careful, because I keep being shown the devil card. And the devil card, I'm not feeling it in a context of a negative thing. I feel it's more emotional. You know, the devil in the detail, feeling very critical on a situation, cautious, guarded. I do see the positive outcome though, and I do feel many of you are going to be super surprised. And look, I do feel if you have reached like communication, understand that we can change that outcome. If you're guarded and if you're still healing, and then we're going into that communication, you know, one's wrong, one's right, which we know where the wrongs were. This could kind of slow it down a little bit. I don't think it's going to slow it down too much though. But I think you may be surprised by the turnabout, the 360 that this person has towards you. It will be ever so on the throne, and I don't feel that in a negative way. I feel it's in a positive way. But don't be surprised if they turn up at your door. That's just the vibe I get. I do feel they're not coming to you with ill intentions here when they do move towards you. This is the intent, is that they are coming where they are a higher octane energy than they were physically before. I feel it's like, okay, this is what I'm getting, and we are going to go into the extension in a minute. What they're showing me is it does feel as though the masculine feels you're testing them. They're willing to pass that test. They can see the concern that you may have inside the circumstance. But they do feel to a degree you're testing them, you know. It's like, okay, some of them actually could be coming into but I really get, it's like you're going to test the waters. You're going to be like, I want to know where this is going. And I feel if you're being quite guarded, they're going to see that circumstance, and I see them doing a 360 and still moving towards you. I will see you during the week. We are live on Wednesdays in the Members Hub every second Wednesday at 7 a.m. We're also live on Fridays, 7 a.m. Greens Mention time. Click the bell and subscribe. It is for subscribers only to comment in the super chat. Otherwise, you can still watch it. And we also have the Twin Flame updates through the week. See you on the other side. If you haven't clicked the bell and subscribed, I'd love to see you. Come date me, as I say, on YouTube. And for 2022, we have a lot more new content. Romance reads, Twin Flame updates. Yes, we have the Members Hub online, so come through and join us. And giveaways. Very separately, 2 channels being launched, as well as the membership hub on my website. So please click the bell. I'll see you soon, and come and join us for the lives and the super chats. Any questions, DM me.